welcome everybody to this space. You know, you're here, and we just want you to feel like it's yours too. You know, me and John, Justin here, Brandon, brother Jamie. We're taking care of this land, and we want you guys to be here with us and, you know, feel like it's yours too, and take care of it with us. And we'd like to really thank you all for coming out here today.
Thank you.
I want to say thanks to some people specifically. You know, thank you, Caleb, for setting up this fire, for being such a good brother to us, and love you so much, man. And thank you, Justin. Justin, who's been here, you know, just putting his heart and soul in with us into this place. You know, working really hard and helping us design some of the things that we're doing here on this land, and, you know, just really contributing, you know, and just taking ownership of it like we'd like to see, you know, more people doing around here. You know, he's the Eastern Light Project brother for sure. And Brandon, thank you so much for, you know, being here with us in this time where we, you know, just where things are really starting to blossom for us, and all the work that we put in is ready to bring people here and share. And Eastern Light Project, you know, thank you all. Ariel, you know, we started this together a year ago. Andy, Asha was with us too. And we started this community a year ago. And, you know, all of us, we felt a real passion for, you know, just trying to learn, you know, learn a natural way and a way of healing for ourselves and for our community and for the earth, which we, you know, just saw so precious and being destroyed, that we just wanted to, you know, do our part to help with the changes, you know, and bring us all back together again. Living in the right way, you know, connected with this earth and connected with each other. And you know, these folks are on their paths, and they're continuing to learn, and, you know, all gonna have just like really amazing contributions to this world one day, we know. Thank you guys so much, you know, for all the love that you shared with us. Communities here supporting us. Michelle, I see you across the fire, and, you know, thank you for just, you know, being so beautiful and, you know, being passionate about the earth and showing your love and support for us. Renee, Miriam, thank you both so much. You've just been like real sisters to us, and we really appreciate you. You know, you guys gave us a home for a little bit when we needed it, and Mickey's here. Happy birthday, Mickey. We're celebrating your birthday.
Some of that cacao.
The directions and bringing that sacredness like you always do. You know, you're really beautiful, and we shared some ceremonies together, and it's just like always good to have you around. You know, thank you so much. Brother Russ over there, I've known him for a while. He's always, you know, trying to get the awareness out there and doing his best. And play some great music and has beautiful energy, and always been the brother showing the love and support. Thank you so much.
Jack Daly.
Jonica Daly, of course, my brother. You know, he's contributed to our lives in so many ways. You know, he's just been a real brother as well. Most recently, helped us to get our chickens. You know, he contributed to this place, and, you know, we really love him for that, and all for so many other reasons. His dog Buzz. Love Buzz. And,
His birthday was yesterday too.
Yeah. So, happy birthday, Buzz, go.
A list of thanks for everyone who's contributed time and energy and love and support and friendship and work and everything in between to being friends with us and helping with this project and just being moral support. And the list is really endless, and the community has really showed their love for us and for this type of idea. and for what this is all about. So I don't know how many people here know the whole backstory of this site and this project. Last summer, in the beginning of, not this past spring, but the spring before that, a bunch of us moved into the house here, and we were farming at Cropsey Community Farm, which is an organic CSA not too far from here. And we wanted to live together in community. We all cared about the earth. We all cared about humanity. We were always talking about these things. And we were always like, you know, what can we do? How can we play a role? How can we change our lives? What can we do to be the change? You know, because we care about that in our hearts. So, you know, we talked about so many different things that we could do, and, you know, the first thing is just, you know, learning and growing as individuals. That's the first and foremost thing for most of us, you know. But on top of that, we wanted to create some actionable change too, and we saw the importance for it with so much stuff happening. So we were talking about all this kind of stuff, and every day we drive to the farm and we come back, and we'd always see out of the corner of our eyes on Highway 202, which is just up the road, we saw this land that had survey stakes in it. We didn't know what those stakes were at first, actually. We just saw some wild land and we were like, wow, that looks pretty interesting. We wonder what that's about. And my friend Josh, who I farmed with a few years earlier, he came to visit, and we were driving by. He's like, oh, those are survey stakes. And we're like, well, what's that all about? And as we drove by it after that each day, we were like, what about those survey stakes? So then we went to the town hall and we found out what was going on. At the development project that's right over here on 202 with the survey stakes. And we went out there and we started hiking the land, and we started seeing all the gifts and all the beauty that was right there. We'd walk through, we'd find medicine, we'd find food, we'd find wildlife, and we saw that whole land as serving something incredible to the ecology and to the community and the human beings. And we saw this development project as another step in the wrong direction. We saw it as another step of unsustainable development that's all about the extraction of resources and doesn't have the core elements of what we all really want in our hearts, which is community and transformation and connection to one another and connection to nature and connection to all forms of life. And finally, after passing it day after day, we were like, we really got to do something about this. And we started going to all the town board meetings and started speaking out. And when we did it, we weren't alone. Many people who are sitting here in the crowd today were definitely a part of that. And we sat there and we poured out our hearts. We talked about community, we talked about humanity, we talked about Rockland County, we talked about ecology and wetlands and hydrology and ecology and biodiversity and sustainable development and natural medicines and everything. And it kind of fell on deaf ears. And I think what it comes down to is the people who are in those positions of power are just kind of in an old paradigm. And for them to really see outside of it, it's really going to take a community effort. Eventually, after going to all these meetings and pouring our hearts out, a short documentary was made about it, and they approved the project anyway. But the village of Pomona and some private business owners filed a lawsuit against the town of Haverstraw and the town of Ramapo, and it put the project on hold. So at this point in time, it was winter time, we had done some travels, we went down south, we were homeless for a little while, and then we moved into a house up the road, and we were like, you know what, let's move back on this land and let's really make it happen. Let's save this land. You know, we sat down, we were talking about it, we were really feeling the heart of what's happening in humanity. We have wars, we have violence, we have the destruction of the earth, of what is natural to us. We are a part of this earth. We are designed beings to be here and to interface with it in sustainable and healthy and thriving and vibrant ways. And we really felt that. We would watch movies like Gasland and be brought to tears. We would watch all kinds of documentaries about all this kind of stuff, and we just felt that it's time to do something. And you know, we were at a show the other night, and there's some really good music, and the people there were talking about really powerful things. And the emphasis that they were pushing is like, yo, the time is now. Like, we are the ones that we've been waiting for, is a line that was repeated over and over again. It's us. And that's kind of the heart and the space that we came onto this land with. In our hearts, we said, if no one's, you know, the world is awakening right now, and more manifestations of that awakening are going to emerge, and they're going to emerge in different ways and in various forms, each one of them incredibly important and necessary. For us, we said to ourselves that right now, humanity needs a miracle to happen. Because things are getting scary. You know, there's beauty always. There's always diamonds there. There's more diamonds than there's rough. You know? But at the same time, something's not right, and we all feel it in our hearts. We got to do something about it, and that's why we came here. We said, we want to be a light to the world. We want to be a light to the community. We want to make a miracle happen and show that miracles can happen, and create one more ignition point, start one more little kindling of fire that can connect with all these other acupuncture points all throughout the world of emerging change and shifting. So that's why we're here. We want to create change. We want to bring the community together and say, you know, shipping our parents off to nursing homes is not okay anymore. You know, having kids grow up in school systems that teach them irrelevant stuff that really doesn't even matter about when we're talking about how do we live healthy and well and in good relationship and happy. School's not doing it for us. We need to create the other way. We need to create a way that speaks true to our soul. That is the ancient lineage that we forgot. If we don't do it, no one else is going to do it. So it's us.
Yeah, so this land that we're on is really a special, beautiful place. You guys can feel it, you know. You're seeing this open space here. Take a walk in the forest sometime and feel how special it is, you know. It's different, this place. It's special, you know. It's got such a diversity of trees, and it provides for us food and medicine, and it gives a home for all of these animals, these birds, turtles, deer that run around here. So it's just, you know, we're really connected to it. It means a lot to us, you know, and we feel really called to be here. We feel like things are lining up for us to be here. Connections are being made, many blessings, and you know, we have a lot of hope for this place, and you know, we have a vision for this place. We have a vision that, you know, people will come together here, that our community will unite here, you know, that all of the great friends that we've spent time working with, you know, supporting and have been supporting us back, that we'll come together here and they'll feel like it's theirs as well. And we'll unite here, and we'll bring more and more people here. We'll bring young people here and old people here, and this is where that healing will begin that we're talking about, you know. We get just like some really positive responses, and it's so beautiful to see when people come here and they're just like, you know, seeing something that they're finding missing in their own lives, and they come here, you know, and they're finding it. And so bring them here to connect to nature and to connect to community, you know, because really it helps us to heal. It helps us to find peace inside ourselves when we're connected to nature. Because if we're not connected to nature, we are nature, you know. And if we're not connected to nature, then we're not connected to ourselves. So we want to open this space up as a place for music and fire and potlucks every week, community coming. We want to, you know, teach things like permaculture here and wild food and medicine, but we also want other people to offer their skills and their gifts, you know. We know that this community has a tremendous amount of gifts to offer. You know, we talked to so many of you, and, you know, you guys could really help us, you know, you guys could really help us to save this land, this really precious piece of land, get the awareness out there and save this wetland over here, you know? And at the same time, create something really beautiful that we can all enjoy together for years and years to come. You know, if we want to see Rockland County become a better place, a place that we want to raise our children maybe, you know? And we need to come together and create something really beautiful here. Unite, a place where we can confront these issues together. You know, a place where we can connect with each other, feel the love that's so missing in our societies.
What's the connection between the project here and the project that the other Jon was talking about, like the Walmart project, like physically and like in terms of like implications?
Right. Yeah. Okay, so so this Minnesquiongo Park is the wetland over here. It's 53 acres. And it's been approved for this development, and there's some legal battles going on right now with it, but if that project goes through, then the plan is that, you know, they'll put high density housing for the Orthodox community that exists around here on this land, you know, so we'll say goodbye to this forest. And
This land right here?
This land right here, you know, the people who own this land, they have had this place on the market for a long time, and they're becoming pretty desperate, you know, like they really need to sell it because they're going broke with the property taxes for this place, you know. So we want to help them out, you know, and we also just like see an amazing opportunity here for this whole community. People are talking to them, people are interested in it, and the market's going up, you know. But we've spoken with them, and they just say to us, you know, like, this is a really amazing timing that you guys are coming along here and like trying to save this land because we really need somebody to do it, you know. And they want us to do it, you know. They support us. They would rather see us here. They care about this land too, but at the same time they're becoming desperate, you know, and if an offer comes along right now that's high enough, they're going to take it. So as we try to raise the awareness, because people in Rockland County don't even know about this development project, the board actually only had to tell people within 500 feet of the development site. So that's really like nobody, they didn't really tell anybody about it. So we have hope that when we share this message with the rest of the county, you know, we say, look, you know, we don't want a Walmart here, we don't want a giant shopping center over a wetland, that, you know, we can stop that project, and we can stop this land from being developed, and we can stay here for a long time. Well, right now, there's offers for around $2 million, but they're not going to settle for less than $3 million right now. If that project goes through, the place will go up to like $4.5 million. So right now, you know, the way we see it, we're looking to buy this place for about $3 million, but there's other shorter term goals, you know, very realistic goals that will help secure this place for us.
How many acres is it?
This land that we're on? It's 23.
Is this land part of Patrick Farm or just next to it?
No, this isn't part of Patrick Farm. Patrick Farm is like only a couple miles down 202. It's 200 acres, and last we heard it was being tied up for a little while, but you know, folks are saying that like you can only tie it up for so long, so we keep praying for that, you know. That's another precious piece of land, 200 acres that contains wetlands, you know. Similar story, developers want to come, you know, for the Orthodox community, pave over it. And they don't care that it's a wetland, you know, and they don't really see the implications of that. What's that? Over our aquifer as well. Susan was saying.
Seems like it's on the next development over there, the development here is part of this kind of much bigger land development.
Yeah,
I'll just say that these guys are trying to secure this land for a bit for about $50,000. So if anybody wants to help out with that in any way, big or small, that would be a really, really big help to get this project going. To secure the piece of land for a time.
Like a rent?
No.
Yeah,
This is
I'll go into it. So, actually, we're looking to raise $100,000 by around the winter time. And we have some solid goals, and we've like talked to some really amazing people who want to contribute to us. But we're going to need like a tremendous amount of support from this community, you know, in order to do that. And that'll secure this land for over a year for us until we have our next goal, you know, which when we hit that, then it'll secure it for even longer for us. And we also have some shorter term goals, you know, me and Jon, Justin, our friends, you know, we've really just been doing this out of a labor of love and just like putting everything out of pocket for this place. We put in a lot of infrastructure, and we have, you know, a lot of projects that we still need to do. So, you know, at this point, we're gonna start to need like more regular support into this place, you know, and we're gonna have workshops, and we're gonna have, you know, events every weekend, potlucks and music every month and concerts. But we're gonna need, you know, we have a short-term goal right now of $3,000 that we're trying to raise as soon as possible. And that'll help us to keep doing the work that we need to do around here, and keep bringing more people here.
So let's do what this land was meant to do.
We do. We do have a donation jar.
By the pizza.
Yep. It's by the pizza. And, you know, any contribution that you guys are able to make, we really, really appreciate it, you know. And we also are looking for support in a number of ways from you guys, you know. I mean, just get the word out there about what we're doing. You know, tell your friends. If anybody has connections with the media, if anybody has connections with schools, we're looking to put some teams together for like helping us with some of the labor around here. It'll be really fun too, working together. You want to talk a little bit about that?
About upcoming projects or something?
Yeah, upcoming projects and the like crews that we're trying to put together here with our community. And
yeah, so we have a lot of different things that we want to do, and if you guys go inside into the sunroom, you'll see a list posted up. One is a materials wish list, another is roles that people can take if they're interested, and the third is upcoming projects. And that includes, next year we want to host a permaculture design course. We want to, over a longer period of time, build a house. We want to build a passive solar greenhouse. We want to start running education programs. We want to do fundraising. We want to have events. We want to talk to state agencies about conservation, about teaming with us in some way, shape, and form. We want to talk to the Audubon Society, and all different avenues. So many different things that we want to do to let this really emerge out into the world in a powerful way that feels worth it to save and protect. And we could really use everyone's help. To be honest, you know, I don't really see this project as my own. I see it as everyone's. And this place, you know, if you're feeling the energy here and you're feeling something calling you, then this is yours too. And you have full ownership in it, and you can be a part of this. And we could all be a community and a family together doing it. You know, the past few mornings when I've been waking up, I wake up in the morning and, you know, I feel a sense of urgency, but I'm at peace with it. And the feeling that I get when I wake up is like, wow, you know, we're alive right now. You know, we're living. It's this one gift that we've been given. A window, the small period of time. It's one chance. There's one chance. It's our life, our lives. If we use it to the fullest extent and really make it shine, if we go all in with everything we got, with all our heart and souls, then when we die, we'll be okay with it. Because life is worth living if you give it everything you got. And that's what we want to do. And we're looking for people who feel that energy and say, this is my one chance, this is my one life. I want to make miracles with it. I want to really create. I want to be a part of this transformation. And I want it to explode. That liveliness, that feeling that we can all get and rise from is really what's going to turn not only this project around and really make it happen, it's the same thing that's gonna change this whole system and this whole world into something that's more real and more natural and more beautiful and more serving of us on every level, in our hearts and our minds and our bodies.
I'm sorry. I have another question. I'm still sort of wanting to understand more about the relationship between the two projects, because I am really feeling it. I just like, I feel also sort of maybe the anxiety that you're describing, and like, it just seems to me like, I don't know, do you have like when you describe the projects that are going on, you didn't mention like something to stop the Walmart development, but I think I think that you're talking about working on that, but I'm not really sure of the details. And I just wanted to say that I think it's really important that that be like at the top of the list, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the South Central Farm in Los Angeles. Has anybody heard of that?
What's the name?
The South Central Farm. It was like this amazing effort that like arose from the ashes from the riots in 1982, and then they like farmed it, and it like promoted the healing and the regeneration of the community for like a few decades. But then like they didn't have really a plan with reference to the ownership realities that were going on, and when the landlord decided to take it back, I mean, they fought that effort for like, they fought it with valor, but they lost. So I mean, I think it's, since you have it at the beginning, you like, it just seems like there's a potential to really like work on both things kind of in parallel from the get-go. So I don't know, I just wanted to ask about.
Yeah, so part of the outreach crew and talking to state agencies and like the Audubon Society and conservation organizations, Open Space Institute, state parks, federal parks, county parks. Talking to all those organizations, we'll be trying to talk with the right people that can help us preserve
You guys had a
this
legislator
land.
here this evening.
Exactly, yeah.
Doing for the community.
Yeah, like what Amy's saying, yeah, we have some solid plans, like very realistic that we can stop that project. And it's a lot to go into right now, Like we said, we want to raise awareness and we want to raise money to save this place. So as we go with our fundraising campaign, we will definitely be having petitions for this county to say like we don't want that project, and we're looking for help to create these petitions, and we're looking for help to get the word out about it. And we also, like, I think Jon was just mentioning, there's like other proposals that we've been working on for what can be done on that land as well. It's not that like it can never be used, like it can be a great environmental research center, it can be a place for green businesses, something that like the community really wants to see, and it won't like, wind up destroying the wetland and causing all this runoff into the creek. So I mean, we need help as far as brainstorming and heartstorming ways that we can save that wetland. We want to put together committees, we want to have weekly meetings, all that stuff, But a lot of it needs to be worked out, We have faith in this community and like a lot of the people that we've talked to, legislators, that, we can save that land. But, I mean, we can't go into all of the plans right now. We can't go into all of the vision for this place and all the details and all the people we've spoken with. But like, if you guys really want to be a part of this and you really care about this project, then like, man, it would mean so much to us to work together on this and so many other projects in this place and in this county, I hope that answers it. And Renee was saying that, maybe at this point we should kind of bring everybody into this and just, talk about our heart's desires and our prayers talking about it a little bit.
No, I think we're good. I mean, we got the gist of it out of the project. I know, it's a big deal. Brooke, you got a question?
Is there a meeting coming up that people can go to shot if they're interested?
Yeah, we'll announce it on the Facebook page, and on the website we'll do it too.
Which website?
EasternLightProject.com.
And that's the same with the Facebook, is Eastern Light Project?
Eastern
on
Light
Facebook?
Project, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you know we got the message out there, and I know it's like a kind of a big project, and you know $3 million sounds daunting, $100,000 by December sounds daunting, but I really have faith that we can do it. There's been so many synchronistic events that have been telling us that it's possible. We've seen examples of it happening in the most, you know, unreal circumstances. And although, you know, we feel all that, we also feel the huge importance for just having a good time and partying and playing music and getting silly. So, you know, we're gonna do a bunch of that tonight too. So, but before we get into that, Renee's gonna talk to us about our prayers and our desires.
Before we get into that, I just want to thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
So yeah, a place like this needs energy coming to it, but also, you know, the point is the energy goes through it, you know. It's like it's a gateway. You know, bring our energy here, we bring our energy through it to what's our highest vision for each and every one of us. What's our universal vision? What's our personal prayer? What do we need healing for? And we bring it, and we bring healing to each other. And that's really like the heart and soul of it, you know. And so now that we understand like that there's like a vessel being created, now it's just like, all right, let's use that vessel, you know, and like let's tune in to what we're here for, which is we're here to reconnect to ourselves in a deeper way through the reflection and all of everyone else who's here and each other. And we're here to share love. We're here to share sister and brotherhood. And we're here to open our eyes to the sacredness of all that is. And I feel Art agrees, that's the way. And so on a night like tonight, it's a very, very, very sacred night. It's a sacred time and place. Yeah!
Let's party!
To be gathered with all of you beautiful people. And so I just like for us all to just take a minute to close our eyes and just connect with like what is it that we really, really, really want in our lives. Like not just the surface things, what's underneath all the surface things. Not just our ideas of how we can arrive at like our deepest wishes, but what is our deepest